a KQED television production.
It kind of was like the bang that set off the night.
That is the funkiest restaurant.
The honey walnut prawns will make your insides smile. So.
More tortillas, please.
What is comfort food if it isn't gluten and grease?
I love creme brulee.
The octopus should have been like quadrupus because it was really small.
And you know that when you split something, all the calories evaporate and then there's none.
That's right, yeah.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by Bay Area Subaru dealers. Opportunities to test drive the 2015 Subaru Impreza are available at local Subaru dealers. Subaru, online at Subaru.com. Integrated Resources Group, over 10,000 slabs in stock today. IRG in Brisbane and Dublin, online at marblecompany.com. Natural mattress systems from European Sleepworks, working to improve comfort and wellness for over 40 years. European Sleepworks in Berkeley, online at sleepworks.com. Oakland International Airport, with service to Europe, Mexico, Hawaii, and across the USA. Park close, fly on time.
Learn more at exploreonyx.com.
Support KQED's vehicle donation program and donate a car to help raise funds for quality public media. Powered by Cars.
Hi, I'm Leslie Sabraco. Welcome to Check Please Bay Area, the show where regular Bay Area residents review and talk about their favorite restaurants. Now we have 3 guests and each one recommends one of their favorite spots and the other 2 go check them out to see what they think. Today, mobility and healthy living is the mantra of physical therapist Athena Kyle. She power walks to her favorite bakery, where a wholesome brunch and maybe an organic pastry or 2 is the answer to a balanced and satisfying lifestyle. Customer success manager Audrey Vandenbroeck loves to talk. This consultant, who can parlay with the best, admits to having the gift of the gab and has met some great people over delicious meals. But first, writer and performer Brian Copeland knows how to dine. His place is classically decorated, romantically lit, and boasts traditional dishes served tableside. He rarely needs an excuse to fly to Fremont for a butterfly's touch at Papillon restaurant.
Papillon means butterfly. It's something that's free, something that's beautiful. Hi, I'm Charles Foreman, manager and owner of Papillon Restaurant in Fremont. We opened it up 37 years ago. My father, mother, and my brother actually opened the restaurant up. Right now, my son and my daughter also help out. My wife is executive chef, so it's all in the family.
My name is Nittra Foreman. Whatever I make, it's what I would eat. When I see customer enjoy the food, it makes me happy. I try to keep the traditional dish. We have a lot of customers that love our classic dishes, but then I also have a special that I do. It's more modern.
I think our dessert selection reflects some of the old style desserts. The newer generation it's something new that they haven't seen before, and it's a fun thing for them to see. We have a lot of special events that have taken place at the restaurant. The other day we had a wedding proposal. We do a lot of proposals, and so far everyone said yes, so that's a good thing. I do feel like I'm carrying on somewhat of a legacy. So many people have been here and so many people have shared special experiences with us, and I feel like I'm going to do this as long as I can. Maybe another 37 years, who knows.
All right, Brian, when I said classic, this place is classic. You've been going for 2 decades?
Which is odd because I'm only 26, but yes, it is a classic French restaurant, and they do a lot of traditional things that you don't see done in restaurants today. For example, escargot, and the garlic and the butter ratio is perfect, because a lot of times you'll get them and there's just too much garlic. Right. And what I like to do is, I don't know if this is kosher or not to do, but I like to break the bread and dip it. You know
what, you got to do it.
See, I don't know if in France they allow you to do that.
We were tempted to try the escargot or the frog legs, but my husband and I decided to try the ahi tuna instead with homemade chips, which was lightly salted, but the ahi tuna was sitting on top of a bed of mixed greens with a raspberry vinaigrette. Oh, delicious. I could have eaten 10 of those if I had the tummy room for it.
But you had a lot more coming up, I can tell you, in this place.
I was not going to go with escargot, but foie gras, since it's only newly back on the menu. Excellent. I would have liked it a little thicker. It came with a fruit compote that was warm and a balsamic sauce that we were actually tipping the bowl with our spoons to finish off.
Kind of their signature thing is this French onion soup that they do.
Yes,
it's absolutely amazing. If I was told I had like an hour to live and I could have sex or have this French onion soup, I'd have to think about it. I really would. So the way they do this is they bring it out in a little white bowl, and it's got a puff pastry over the top, and then you stick the spoon in it and you see the steam come out, and they're caramelized onions, and it's just, and I don't even like French onion soup. That's the amazing thing. I never liked it until then.
Audrey's tongue is hanging out over there.
Yes.
It was excellent.
It was very good.
Oh, you all had
it was very good.
It had so much cheese in it melted. It was one of the best French onion soups I've had.
I actually liked their sweet potato soup. Creamy, buttery, bright orange, and they had a special twist and wrote Papillon in the soup and a butterfly. It was really cute.
The sauces were excellent. We got for an appetizer, a lobster ravioli. We cleaned the plate with our bread.
Oh, that's great. The sauce, you can just drink the sauce.
That's the lift and lick the plate. What about main courses?
They make a beef Wellington that is absolutely marvelous. What it is it's a filet mignon with the golden brown puff pastry. Not too dry, and it's very difficult to do from what I understand.
It was very good.
Divine. It was a perfect cut of meat, cooked on the medium rare side.
And the other thing is the duck breast. It's two really good-sized duck breasts. You know, there is a berry compote that they put over the top of it that's just marvelous. Again, it's the colors and the texture.
Unfortunately, I wasn't a fan of the duck breast. It was very dry, and I was waiting for a pop of flavor. And the vegetables that came with it were very basic and simple, and again, I was waiting for flavor. So I actually had to drown my food in the sauce, cherry Pinot Noir reduction sauce, and that was excellent.
I agree with Audrey that the vegetables on the side are very, very basic, and for such a lovely food and quality, could be upgraded with a little more modern vegetables, a little more.
Well, how many places do beef Wellington anymore? You got to
exactly,
think about it.
which
really
is why it's
classic,
and you don't get it very many places.
Right.
We also ordered the special of the day, which was halibut, and it came on pasta and a cream sauce with prawns. And there were 4 of us, so we could order a lot, and we were all reaching over the table to have a dab at this.
And you enjoyed some wine, I know, because this is an extensive wine list.
It's leather bound, very large, very extensive. I ordered the sauterne for the foie gras.
Let's do desserts because, you know, how many places bring fire to the table?
What I like there is the Cherries Jubilee. Again, that's something I've only seen on television and in the movies, where they actually bring it over table side and they do it flambé, and it's just they serve it over ice cream, and it's just amazing. And the colors and the fire. I mean, I don't know any place that does that.
We were tempted by the flambé, but we actually ordered the macaroon ice cream sandwiches, and they all had individual sauces.
We did save room and picked the classic baked Alaska, which was flamed at the table. How nice to have that flaming, and how can you go wrong with ice cream and meringue? And it was old world service, old world atmosphere, old world dishes. I think a few things could be updated and keep the same classic.
Right.
I would return to this restaurant just because of the service. It was very friendly to walk into, and they checked in with us routinely, and we were there for about 2.5 hours.
So 2.5 hours because you drove the pace of the meal, not them driving the pace.
We drove the pace of the meal.
It's your restaurant, Brian, so give us a quick summary why people should go to Papillon.
Looking for a place to propose, or Valentine's Day, or birthday, to bring family, that is the place to go to enjoy an evening and a fine meal that you're not going to find anyplace else.
All right, and Athena?
Special occasion, excellent old world food, classic service, classic French. I would like to see a little updating.
All right, and Audrey?
Celebrating something romantic, you want to feel wined and dined, and you happen to be in the East Bay, definitely check out this restaurant.
All right, if you would like to try Papillon Restaurant, it's on Mission Boulevard in Fremont. The telephone number is 510-793-6331. It's open for lunch Monday through Friday and every night for dinner. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab without drinks is around $50. More than just a bakery or cafe, Athena's Pick has become an instant cultural institution in an area previously devoid of dining destinations. Weekends will never be the same in the Richmond district of San Francisco because of Marla Bakery.
I'm Amy Brown.
And I'm Joe Wolf.
And we're the owners of Marla Bakery. We met working together at Nopa Restaurant, fell in love, and decided to try our hand at our own business. We decided that we were going to get married in the space while it was under construction. The night before our wedding, they were painting the outside, so it was literally
to the last minute.
The heart of our bakery is our wood-burning oven. It's where all of our bread is baked, and it was built into the foundation, so it really is the center of our bakery.
One of the dreams we had when we opened this place is the idea that we could walk to work, and we live 3.5 blocks from the restaurant. Community is extremely important to us. Every person that works here we consider to be part of our family, and every patron that comes through the store, it's a big, big family here. We've been part of the mentality that time is of the essence and shouldn't let it waste away, so we opened a bakery, we got married, and we had a baby all within our first year of operation, and I mean, we're still alive and we're happy, so I think we're doing it right.
Most days are pretty good.
All right, Athena, how did you discover Marla Bakery? It is getting so much attention right now.
It really is. I live in the neighborhood, so I walk the streets. I was watching it as they were building it. Just classy and creative, both in the decor and in the food. They have relationships with their growers, with their coffee roasters, with their people that supply the flour. Number one, they make bread. They make amazing bread.
And Amy, she's a pastry chef, but left and trained in Italy, went and worked in a bakery and in Turkey, and she's gone all over the world just to learn how to make the perfect bread and desserts.
Joe is a pickler and briner.
Joe's a pickler. Was it Wise Sons?
They make their own bagels, cure their own lox. They make their own farmer's cheese for the cream cheese. They pickle their own onions.
Did you guys have the bagels? Were you a bagel?
No, I did
you had
not.
the English muffins, huh?
Yes.
I did have the English muffin.
Marla English muffin.
Exactly.
Which was amazing. It was absolutely amazing the way they brought it out. The presentation was really nice. It was dark meat chicken. Usually when you get chicken dishes like this, it's usually chicken breast, which can really be dry. And so this was just succulent.
See, mine was different. I had pastrami in my Marla's English muffin dish with sweet corn, spinach, and potatoes. And I'm a savory breakfast eater, and this was right up my alley. It actually came highly recommended by our server. I could not have thanked her enough. I was very satisfied with that dish.
Well, Marla changes the menu every single day. So we had the cured salmon with the seeded rye bread.
And we started with a yogurt. They have this homemade yogurt that's just amazing. It's some of the best yogurt I've ever had.
Well, everything, as you said, is homemade. And Marla actually is an acronym of people who have influenced Joe and Amy's life.
Right, nobody's name.
It's nobody's
I actually
name.
called Amy Marla once accidentally.
I'm sure she's honored. What other dishes did you have?
We had the Challah French toast, and we were expecting it to be very sweet, and surprisingly, it was not sweet, which was really up my alley. It was large in portion and topped with a lot of homemade cream and poulots, which added a nice sweet taste to it, but it didn't overwhelm the plate at all. It was the perfect mild brunch dish to have, especially if you're going to go out for a run or enjoy the day at the park.
Well, Marla is walking distance to Golden Gate Park, Ocean Beach, Land's End, so it could be a destination where you go to an outdoor activity and make a reservation. One of my favorite dishes that I had that day was a beet hash. You would think, how can you do a beet hash? If you didn't like beets, you would like this dish. They were kind of crispy on the bottom, and they were topped with sautéed greens with herbed creme fraiche. I don't know how someone can make sautéed greens taste so succulent. Oh, just brilliant combinations of flavors. And then it had a poached egg on top as well, and some sides of baby carrots. And
even though this is a brunch and lunch place primarily, they do have wood-fired Wednesdays, you know, and occasional Sunday dinners.
Highly recommend the Sunday supper. I've been twice myself. Go on their website and find out. And it's 24 people at a long table, 6 courses. Wow. All you can eat, pretty much platters of family style. Every time the menu's different. You cannot find a better dining.
And they've got a wine list. They have a lovely esoteric little wine list that is so well selected. Yeah, and pastries. Come on, you're
that sticky bun.
Sticky bun.
They have a sticky bun that
Look at you, you're like,
it's like the size of a baby's head. It's huge. It's brown. It's cinnamon, and it's gooey, and it's got crushed walnuts on the top. It's absolutely amazing.
It's got hot caramel sauce.
We had one there, and we actually took one home.
The crullers. The deep fried donuts covered in all that yummy sugarness. Oh my gosh, that was delicious. It was fluffy on the inside. It was a golden brown on the outside. They serve it warm. Pop it in your mouth and just melted.
And let's not forget the mimosas. Did you try the mimosas?
I didn't have
It's
mimosa.
fresh squeezed orange juice, and it's the perfect ratio of champagne to orange juice, because a lot of places you see they're all champagne or it's all orange juice. You know, it's a real art to get it perfect.
Well, I think you've got a couple happy people here for the discovery, so it's your spot. Give us a quick summary, Athena.
Fresh, local, organic, farm-to-table ingredients in a casual, elegant atmosphere that you can't go wrong, and buy the bread.
Okay, and Brian?
I love the fact that it's a menu that changes every single day. If it's something that you're looking to do when you're in San Francisco and you want a special brunch, that's the place to go.
All right, and Audrey?
Feeling adventurous by going into the city? It's a delightful twist on Sunday brunch.
All right. If you would like to try Marla Bakery, it's on Balboa Street at 37th Avenue in San Francisco. The telephone number is 415-742-4379. It's open for breakfast and lunch Tuesday through Sunday with brunch on the weekends. Check their website for special dinners and events. Reservations are recommended for brunch, and the average brunch tab without drinks is around $15. As a professional wine drinker, I judge what happens before sampling wine and after. Analyzing the aromas and tastes of wine is key, but considering what happens once you've sipped the wine is important too. This part of wine tasting is called the aftertaste, the finish, or pour me more. The answer, of course, is all of the above. One of the hallmarks of great wine is a long finish, which is the lasting impression left on your palate after the wine has been drunk. Once down the hatch, a well-balanced, complex wine sports length on the finish of 30 seconds or more. To that I say, pour me more. You'll find Audrey's spot serving Latin food made with the best local produce using classical French techniques in a place named after the massive Central Market in Mexico City. Contemporary bold flavors, wow, in Redwood City at La Viga restaurant.
La Viga is a Latin American restaurant focused on seafood with Latin American ingredients, unique and original dishes that are spectacular for our guests. Hi, I am Manuel Martinez, chef and owner of La Viga restaurant here in Redwood City. Been cooking for almost 20 years in the Bay Area, from Italian to French to American, and now going back to my roots. You know, all those cultures help me to add a little special touch to the cooking. I hate boring, I have to be repetitive. I barely use the same sauce on the same plate. You know, I do have hundreds of sauces. We're a detail-oriented restaurant in a casual environment. A little bit of the hole-on-the-wall look that we have here, but you know, you get a 5-star service and then 5-star food. It's like unexpected, basically. Once you eat it, and then you are addicted to it.
I don't know, I hear this and I think of living La Viga Loca. I mean, even though it's named after the market in Mexico City, it really is Latin flavors in this place, isn't it?
Latin flavors in every dish. We always like to start with a tapas plate, specifically the ceviche. Ceviche mixto is one of my favorites. It comes with shrimp and calamari in a lime and habanero chili sauce. And I think it's so light and refreshing, especially on a hot day. So it's a great starter dish. Yeah. It'd be great with the sangria, white or red, which is one of their popular alcoholic drinks at the restaurant. And so the fruit changes, but the day that I went, it had pineapple in the sangria, and it paired perfectly with the ceviche that we ordered. But the tapas that I really like is the pulpos salteados. Now that has octopus and calamari with sweet potato in a garlic and saffron sauce. And I was looking for chips bread, anything to dip in that sauce, that is a conversation starter tapas.
You mentioned the chips, and I had to have them take the chips away. These were light and so flavorful that we went through the whole bowl before the first dish came. It's like, don't bring any more, just stop it. Then we started off with oysters, which were just amazing. They bring them out there. We had half a dozen of them with the salsa in the middle. They were rich and they were creamy. Then we had the tacos, and the tacos are great. My dining companion is first generation Mexican American, and she said these are authentic Mexican street tacos. They're with two tortillas. They're served open face. It was a beef, a shredded pork, and a chicken. And the thing I loved the best about the shredded pork is they put a little bit of mint, a little bit of fresh mint on the top.
The coconut prawns appetizer. They were coated in a batter that was a lot of batter, but light, and it was infused with grated coconut. And it came with a sauce to dip it in. It was to die for. And we had the clam and mussel dish and sauce, and it came with toast to dip in. And we had the octopus, and it didn't have the toast, and I'm not sure why it didn't, because the broths were very, very flavorful and full and balanced.
I had to try the paella. For me, I judge it by the rice, because if you go to a place where the rice is crunchy and it's not done right, and this was just perfect. It was just perfect all the way through, and you had mussels, and you had clams, and you had shrimp. It was just amazing.
Although that little layer on the bottom of the paella, you scrape that up, that's the best.
I was a little disappointed.
Well, it was in a bowl. It was in a bowl. It wasn't on a pan.
I'm used to paella being served in the individual pan it's cooked in, and I like that crispy rice on the bottom. This was served in a bowl, and we were really looking forward to the paella and a little disappointed. We had the grilled skirt steak, cooked perfectly, crisp on the outside with a chimichurri sauce. And again, we've got Argentina, we've got Spain, and we've got Mexico. And then a whole cooked fish, which was a special of the day, which was perfectly done and could have easily fed 2 or more, with a sauce that was creamy but not overdone and not too much of it, and then the saffron rice. And again, the baby grilled vegetables, the little baby carrots that 3 people said, these are really sweet carrots. Excellent quality of food.
Let's talk a little bit about atmosphere.
We overdressed because we'd never been there. It's Friday night, we had a reservation, we came in, and I shouldn't have a coat on, because it was because the tables are they're like picnic tables that you're sitting at, and lots of families. There was a table with children next to us, and they had coloring crayons and things for them. The only complaint I have is it was really loud. It was so loud we couldn't talk across the table. My dining companion had to come sit next to me so we could have a conversation. Service was just wonderful. They greeted us like we were old friends the minute we stepped in the door, and we'd never been there before.
The service was the most attentive. Our wine glasses were chilled. Our wine was in an ice bucket. They changed our plates because we were sharing 3 times. But the ambiance was a disconnect for me, because it was really good quality food. Made reservations, had never been there, and requested outside seating, and I thought it would be in a patio. It was on the sidewalk, and maybe that adds to it if you knew, but it was a disconnect for me when I got there.
Just made you have a second bottle of wine.
So we picture mojitos, which we thought would be rum mojitos, but they were wine mojitos, but that got us started.
Like in the Viga, it's like a margarita, but with agave wine.
It was very fresh.
And dessert.
We had the churros, which when we went on the website, this is one of their signature things, crispy. Cinnamon and sugar. It was stacked like a log cabin. You bit into it, and it had Bavarian cream in the middle. It was the most surprise and unique churros.
All right, Audrey, this is your spot. Give us a quick summary.
If you're looking for a low-key, casual spot to socialize with a group of friends, and you're in the mood for Latin flavor foods, check out La Viga in Redwood City.
Okay, and Athena?
Great, fresh Latin seafood, good for groups. Excellent service.
Okay, and Brian?
Now, if you're looking for an upscale Latin place, and someplace you want to take the entire family, including the kids, where everybody has a good time, La Viga is your place.
Excellent. If you would like to try La Viga restaurant, it's on Broadway Street at Maple in Redwood City. The telephone number is 650-679-8141. It's open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Reservations are recommended, and the average dinner tab without drinks is around $30. I have to thank my great guests on this week's show. Brian Copeland with the elegant location, classic menu, and superb service, found at Papillon Restaurant in Fremont. Athena Kyle's breakfast and brunch spot in the Richmond district at Marla Bakery in San Francisco. And Audrey Vandenbroeck takes Latin to a new level at her spot, La Viga Restaurant in Redwood City. You can go to our website at kqed.org/checkplease to watch every episode, subscribe to the podcast, and find information and links to every restaurant featured. It's also where you can apply to be a guest on the show and where you can read my notes on all of the delicious wines we're drinking today. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Twitter for exclusive behind-the-scenes clips, pics, and notes from me. Facebook is also the place you can tell us about what you think about the show and share your dining experiences at any of the restaurants we talk about. We do love hearing from you guys. So join us next time when 3 new guests will recommend their favorite spots right here on Check Please Bay Area. I'm Leslie Sbrocco, and I'll see you then. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by Bay Area Subaru dealers. Opportunities to test drive the 2015 Subaru Impreza are available at local Subaru dealers. Subaru, online at Subaru.com. Integrated Resources Group, over 10,000 slabs in stock today. IRG in Brisbane and Dublin, online at marblecompany.com. Natural mattress systems from European Sleepworks, working to improve comfort and wellness for over 40 years. European Sleepworks in Berkeley, online at sleepworks.com. Oakland International Airport, with service to Europe, Mexico, Hawaii, and across the USA. Learn more at iflyoak.com.
Onyx, Team Talk redefined. Learn more at exploreonyx.com.
Support KQED's vehicle donation program and donate a car to help raise funds for quality public media. Powered by Cars.